The Ag Week Soil Health Minute is sponsored by the North Dakota Corn Council.
Throughout this season's Soil Health Minute segment, Abbey Wick talks to the experts to answer commonly asked questions. This week, it's how do I know what I'm doing is working?
One of the questions I've been getting lately is about how do I know soil health practices are working on my farm? And so I went to one of the experts, Dr. Caley Gasch, who's an assistant professor of soil health. So Caley, how would a farmer know that these practices are working or not working?
The first thing is to just keep eyes on your field and get out into the field and be familiar with what your soils look like and how they feel. Some of the things that we start to see changing in the first few years after adopting soil health practices is that the soil structure really starts to development of really strong aggregates in the soil, and that just increases porosity and the ability for the soil to drain. And so maybe after a rainstorm or in the spring, you might see that your soils dry out a little bit sooner than they used to because of the development of that structure. And that also translates into the ability for the soil to support weight. And so one of the things that we see in the first years is the ability of the soil to be easier to drive across with equipment. And we call that trafficability. And that's a really nice benefit that has a lot of other efficiencies kind of rolled into it.
So it's great. We can see that soil health doesn't have to be complicated to know it's working. And so keeping your eye on the field, like Caley said, is a great way to know that these practices are a good fit.